Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the DrewCast, episode 139. I'm your host, Mello15, and joining me today, my disembodied voice.
Hey, yo.
How you do?
It's Narf.
Like I said before, my disembodied but very, very cozy disembodied voice. It's not cold in here anymore.
I'm trying to work on it, okay?
I told you to stop. Tonight, Sam, I'm excited, bro. This platform, I'm kind of scared too. My fifth eye is locked in right now. But the platform was kind of built on this type of on these type of topics. You know, scary stuff, UFO stuff, conspiracy stuff. A lot of my biggest views came from this stuff. So I thought, hey, I saw this thing on X, and it was talking about the McMinnville UFO photos, and I'm super big into this topic. I would say I'm deep in the rabbit hole, but this is the first time I've seen these photos, and I think it's the first time I've heard about it. So I thought, why not introduce you to this world with an actual event that happened? We'll go through the pictures, we'll talk about their story, and we'll just decide for ourselves, do these look real or are they fake? Okay. And I thought, what better than the McMinnville UFO? So when I show the pictures, I'll put them up on the screen. But basically, to give you guys a short rundown, there was these two farmers named Paul and Evelyn Trent. The wife was feeding, some of their animals, was walking back towards the farm. She sees this in the sky. And I'll put the picture up right here. I'm actually going to put multiple pictures, but Evelyn Trent sees this in the sky. And she's like, oh, okay. Right? Like, what is that? She gets her husband, Paul. He comes outside. They see this in the sky. Now, mind you, this is in 1950. So I'm kind of thinking during that time period, it's actually I would think it's very scary to experience what they experienced. That's just me. All right. He goes and gets his camera. They start some roll on it. And this is when camera had to use rolls, right, guys? Put the iPhones away, guys. Put the Androids away. He takes pictures. And these are the pictures that we've been looking at for the past, minute. Now, Sam, I sent you these last night. And the first picture is a little more up close of the UFO.
Mm-hmm.
The second photo seems like it's moving away, right?
Exactly.
Now, looking at these and remembering that this was in 1950, I'm going to go out on a limb after hearing about their story, researching it a little more. Their negatives were taken by the OPI. Their pictures were used by investigators. I'm going to say I don't think these are fake. They actually might be some of the best photos of UFOs I've ever seen.
I totally agree.
Now, that might be like not a very surprising answer to you guys who have watched me for a long time. I have called I didn't believe in the Miami alien incident that happened this year. I did believe the Las Vegas family. I didn't think the Peru aliens were actually Peru, like they weren't actually aliens. So I kind of feel like I'm very fair when it comes to this type of stuff. These photos don't look fake. That actually legitimately looks like maybe it's not alien, but it's definitely something from the 50s that shouldn't be doing that. Like that shouldn't be doing that. So
honestly, so just to give you guys some retrospect, even though I don't love conspiracies, I do think there's other life out there somewhere, so for me, it's hard to see this and like initially it's just like, oh, this looks fraudulent,
uh-huh.
But looking further into it, watching that video you sent me, it kind of feels real to me, because like just the thought of like when it was taken
And how
how it was taken is just like, back in the day, it's so hard to manipulate photos back then. I mean, if it was 2024 and I saw this picture,
I'd be like, hey,
I'd be like, that's AI.
Mm-hmm.
That's AI. That's Mark Zuckerberg right there.
That is kind of crazy that AI is becoming super, super good during the time we're getting alien and UFO disclosure, though. I mean,
Exactly.
Is there a coincidence there? I don't know. Yeah, these photos, they seem legit. I don't see any reason that Evelyn and her husband would even want to fake this, because according to a lot of the documentaries I watched and I researched about this couple, they never really wanted notoriety or money off their story. They weren't really like going and doing all these crazy interviews and doing a tour. Like they just seemed like people who went back to their life after.
This felt like an Oregon thing too. Like,
That's this would happen to someone in Oregon.
dude, have you been to McMinnville?
No, I haven't.
It's an interesting little city.
There's a McMinnville in Oregon.
Yeah, that's where this was.
Oh, yeah, duh. Duh, dude. I thought this was we were talking about something completely different. I had brain farted completely on that one.
Never.
Excuse me. No, like I said, like yes, I if is it extraterrestrial? Maybe not. Maybe it's something that we recovered and kind of just took for a test flight. It could be that too. I do think the pictures are legit. I don't like I said I don't feel like there's any reason this couple would lie, and like they weren't really known for looking for clout, money.
They're just hippies, bro.
Farmers, bro.
Hippie farmers.
Because I feel like hippies and farmers are different. So if they were hippies, you didn't look like them. And hippies in the 50s is kind of cringe, dude.
I just feel like they like left wing, you know.
Left wing hippies.
Yeah.
I thought most hippies are left wing.
Yeah.
Some right wing hippies. That'd be kind of cool. Like a conservative hippie would be fire, dude. That'd be fire. A conservative hippie?
I think I know a couple.
Dude,
I used to work at the Walmart in Eugene, Oregon. I saw some weird stuff.
The story is much deeper than this, guys. There's a lot more to this couple's story in these pictures. I actually urge you to go watch some documentaries, research about them. That's what I did, and I found it really fascinating. But the question is, do you guys think these photos are real? If you don't, write a comment below. Tell me why you don't think so. Me and Sam, we obviously just said we thought these photos were real. There's like what Sam said with AI and technology becoming so good. There's going to be a lot probably coming out in the near future where how do we know it's real? Now that AI is so good, that's crazy that AI became so good during alien disclosure, because how the hell, unless you see it with your own eyes, you gotta question everything. This came from the 50s. There's no reason this couple needed to fake this. There's no such thing as clout in the 50s. Like, I'm assuming there's no such thing as clout. And
No
clout chasers.
Instagram. Just do they have like a fan mail that they have to
Just go into their fan mail like, hey, I already said for the 1,000th time, these are fake, bro. The wife's like, you mean real, honey? Write down real. Oh, yeah. Let me cross that out real quick. There's no such thing as a racer, so we have to rewrite the whole entire thing. God damn it, Linda. And then just in there beating there.
They definitely seem like some interesting people.
Yeah, especially the wife, because the wife seemed more like cool about it. The husband was just like, let me go get my camera.
So, like, one thing I've noticed with a lot of this UFO stuff, it feels like it's the same. It's always a farmer or always
Out in the middle of nowhere, basically.
out in the middle of nowhere where no one else has the evidence. And maybe they're all inspired by this.
They know where to go, bro. They're just like, hey, listen. Honestly, if I was an alien, I would be like, hey, you know what we're going to do? We're not going to go to a populated area, right? Because that's where the cameras are at. We're going to go out in the middle of nowhere. And we're going to troll some farmers.
Getting found.
And we keep getting found. But then no one's going to believe the farmers.
Because they're all a bunch of drunks.
Yeah, and they're right-wing...
Hippies.
They're right-wing hippies. No one's going to believe them. Let's just go out there and, you know, like, let's take a couple of their cows, make a crop circle. What you do? You know, the aliens just say, what you do? In the spirit of this show, Sam, I'm going to ask you a couple things that I feel like our audience who may not know you as well as I do right now. Me have kind of talked about this stuff, but I kind of wanted to save it for a podcast because it's entertaining to me to hear what people think about this stuff. So I'm going to introduce Sam into the Mellow 15 world, and I'm going to ask him some alien related topics. If you guys like these conversations, let us know, comment below. The first question I'm going to ask you, Sam. Now, this is, again, on topic with what we're talking about. If we're being visited, how long do you think they have been here, and have they played a part in our history? By history, just like our upbringing, religion. So if they have been here, if you do think they are here, how long do you think aliens have been here?
I think at the most, they've really, like, had influence over the last like 10 years. I don't know how long they've been here. That's a crazy question, cuz like the way I think about aliens isn't always like big tall green aliens. Like
Yeah,
it could just be a fucking insect, from
like a
another,
praying mantis.
yeah, from another planet,
Yeah,
that is smart enough to travel, but they're just smaller. There could be something in the sea that's not of this world.
yeah. Maybe like space travel to them is what swimming is to us. Maybe it really is a nothing. Maybe it's nothing. But we
Exactly.
like humans just can't do it. But this praying mantis can do it like easy.
Exactly.
Like like a bug going from flower to flower.
Like in my opinion, like the most interesting conspiracy theories lie in the ocean,
Hmm.
because that's so close to us. Aliens are a little more like farther away, but I could see it. Like AI has advanced. Like in the last year, remember we were watching Will Smith eat pasta
Yeah.
a year ago.
And now he like
Now we have high schools that are doing crazy stuff with these girls and stuff like that. It's just wild, like how far we've gone and all the other stuff they can do.
I think they've been. I think if they have been visiting, they've been visiting us. I feel like probably for all of our recorded history. I would say thousands of years because think about it, right? I know everybody talks about Egypt and the pyramids. That's a given with this topic, right? There's certain things though about it that I don't think were done by us, right? So for instance, some of the rock used on the pyramids came from a quarry that's like hundreds of miles away, and each block was a ton. How are you moving hundreds of blocks that weigh a ton each, hundreds of miles away to where you're at now? Like there's no like you know what I mean? Like there's stuff like that they've influenced us. And when I mentioned the religion part to you, it's one of those things that just makes a lot of sense. Like in the sense that when I say the religion part, I'm not saying they created religion, but if you're trying to control a group of people, like a huge planet full of people, and you need like some fake power structure to control them, that sounds like the route I would go. So if I wanted to control these things, I'd be like, hey, we gotta like tell them that we're like a god or something, bro.
I just personally feel like we would have advanced faster. Like if like your concept of aliens is the super genius higher power than us. Like I don't necessarily see that. Like they may be more advanced than us, but I don't see them being like light years and light years ahead. You know?
Yeah, there could be some that are only a couple hundred ahead.
Yeah.
There could be some that are thousands. I guess it really depends
Because
on what we're
look
talking
at
about.
our progression. We are close to a reality where Elon Musk is bringing us to another planet.
Yeah, Mars.
Like a lot of people,
Hmm.
and we claim that as our next planet. You know, and then God knows the next Elon Musk, Elon Trusk,
The launch.
he's gonna come up and have his legacy, and he's gonna fly us to Z-bar 5 in the multiverse.
We're close to doing that.
Yeah,
So anything that could travel here is probably that's the thing too. Like you have to realize that like what we view as a species that could like do what we do, they might look completely different. They might not even have bodies. It could be like a floating energy ball that kind of
the
that can
Futurama
manifest
heads.
into some weird robotic avatar or something. I don't know. Like that's kind of just the thing. Like, we just don't know what they look like too.
We
Like
might see Thanos out there. Like, what if they all look like Thanos?
Thanos could be coming and we'd have zero clue. Bro. And what would we even do? Offer him Wi-Fi or something? Like there's no like.
Like we don't act like breaking news. We don't have actual Avengers.
We don't have Avengers thing. Can you not come here to like go to Mars or something, bro?
I'll fist fight Thanos. I'll be part of the war.
The second question kind of leads into the whole like if the UFO secret was good, like if it was good in nature, why would a select few of us go through extreme lengths to cover it up?
Well, I think it's for the people at the end of the day. I feel like once the people know, like, once it gets actually said that there are aliens and they've been living on our planet for this many years, they helped us with this, they helped us with that. Imagine the shock of the people, like my family would be so, like, I don't think they would believe this at all.
Yeah, do you think it would almost be such an ontological shock to them that they would just say it's like demons or something?
Oh, I 100% could see that being the exact route they go.
Like, hey, we're so shocked by this news.
They might say this is the second coming, you know?
But it would, and could we argue? I'm not saying I believe in that, but like it's almost hard to argue against it. It's
But
almost hard to argue against the second coming argument when you think about how much shock they would be in.
right. Yeah, I 100% see that being it. And like, I don't know. It's hard for a lot of people, like even me, to grasp super another super genius species out in the world, you know?
Yeah.
That is farther along than us, and immediately imagine like, now the aliens have been found out. Are they going to commit war against us now?
Yeah, like what happens when they get found out? Is that why?
Are they threatening leave us be, or we kill everyone?
Yeah, because think about it from a farmer's perspective. Like, what happens when the cattle turn against you?
Right.
You're the farmer, right? You can't let the cattle turn against you.
Exactly.
So you're stuck with this decision. Like, hey, do we reset this planet again, or do we just see what happens with them knowing this knowledge?
Do we dip out to Mars or the moon and just not tell them and hope that it takes them a while to figure it out that we're on the moon?
Yeah, or like Mars or something. the there's this the kind of the dark aspect of this question is, you know, if the secret for UFOs and aliens is not really good in nature, is it right to not tell us, or are they doing the right thing by? Here's the thing: are they doing the right thing by not telling us, or are they doing the right thing by eventually telling us? Like, the amount of shock that would cause, I'm assuming they fear there might be riots and basically we would like implode on ourselves.
So I think that to a certain point, it is important for a government to think of the consequences of what they say,
Yeah.
you know? So I think trying to find a way to explain it to us, or they're being threatened, you know?
Like something's telling them you better not tell us.
Yeah,
You better not
the
tell us.
aliens might be in, like, this is crazy for me to be saying because I don't really believe it's this deep, but there's a reality where there could be aliens in the White House, aliens telling people what to say,
What
what
to
to
do.
hide, or else these are the weapons we have. Nukes are cute, you know?
Yeah, nukes are cute, but we can stop them.
Yeah, we can shoot them right back at you.
I let me piggyback off what you just said, because that is a very interesting concept, right? The fact that they could be being told. Now imagine in past incarnations of humans, right? Because if the world is reset and there's evidence of other civilizations, right? Imagine in their world, they were told about the secret. And every single time that humans got told about the existence of other life or just aliens on this planet, the world ended because we imploded. We had wars. We went crazy. And then every single cycle, these guys are like, okay, how can we do this different this time? What if we slowly acclimate them into it? Like get movies and TV shows and everything's alien, UFO. So when the information finally gets revealed, it's not as shocking as the past incarnations of these guys. That could be an idea too, dude.
Yeah, Hollywood hit up the aliens and it was like, "Can we put you in a movie?"
Can we guys sign you to a 3-picture deal? You guys are gonna be in 10-foot movies. Is that cool? Yeah, no. I mean, that could be. That's interesting. The fact that they've went so long covering this up. People have been murdered, careers have been ruined, marriages have probably ended. Look at Bob Lazar.
Politics have been changed,
Everything's changed. Like, there's probably so much crime that has happened to cover the secret up that by uncovering the secret, you're probably going to be uncovering a lot of crime committed by the government, dude.
Crime and as if they're being threatened, then we're at war with an alien race that we know nothing about, and the
Because they've hid
government's
it.
been hiding all this information from us
Yeah.
that they may know.
Dude.
And like maybe they know barely anything, and that's why they haven't told us.
Because they
That
don't really know what it is, so like we
they've
can't.
maybe they found a body or something, and that's as far as it's gone.
Uh huh.
And they're studying it and being like, okay, this is what we know. It has scales, or it. This is where you have to shoot it, or they're trying to find weapons because it was dangerous, or they killed this alien that they found on the planet.
And they don't know if something's gonna come back for it or something.
Exactly. So they're preparing, and that's why they haven't told us, because they know it would put us in this crazy panic.
Yeah, because any day something's gonna land coming for what it lost.
And then we're actually in Avengers Endgame.
Yeah. Hey, man, that's actually scary to think about, bro. You got me good on that one, dude. It's actually and it could be like these guys are fucking idiots. The government, they're fucking idiots. So we're giving them too much credit by saying they know all this, and maybe it's as simple as they just don't know. That's why they won't tell us. And if they did, wait, you guys don't know? What? What are you?
They're embarrassed.
Yeah, and it's almost like when you find out your mom and dad don't know something. You're like, wait, mom and dad don't know about that?
Wait, they know everything.
Yeah, but they know everything, right? So then it's like, wait, so
you
guys been shooting these things down, and now all of a sudden we don't know when their people are coming?
Exactly.
That's insanely scary, Sam. Yeah,
I just thought of that on the spot. Like,
that's good.
I feel like that was a good first time with these conspiracies.
No, that was awesome, man. We have one more question for you, bud.
Okay, I'm ready.
I don't know why I called you Bud. Sorry, Bud, brother, Buddo.
Butto is what?
Bucko.
That's the new one, Butto.
If they are a breakaway civilization, and let's say they never left, are they from another star system, or are they something else entirely? What I mean by that is the breakaway civilization theory kind of interests me because it's basically saying that maybe they're not from another planet, maybe they're not from another star system, maybe they lived here before.
Maybe it was the Mayans.
They learned how to beat the cataclysm. They learned how to beat the world-ending event. They either went into the ocean, they either went out to another planet for a little bit, came back, and here we are. Now, they couldn't just integrate themselves with us because we're probably so different from them. They probably have technology that's crazy better. So they can't just land and be like, hey, we're back. Guess who's back? Back again, right? They can't do that. So they have to kind of play the role of the gods. The Greek gods.
Everything.
Yeah, like they have to play the role of religion and gods, and they have to kind of be in the background because they can't just integrate themselves with us. So when I say breakaway civilization, if that's what it is, does that scare you more than aliens, bro? Or what are you thinking?
Ultimately, I'm a God-fearing man.
Yes, sir.
So I struggle to say that they were emulating gods,
Uh-huh.
because I believe there is a God out there,
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to be like, there's always been that theory that God's still alive, but he's controlling everything. I've seen that in some religious stuff that I've read into, but it's hard for me to think that it's an alien species hiding themselves away under a different name. That's not the God I imagine.
Hey, like, it could just be that maybe their species is trying to find God too.
That's great.
If you think about it, like, every planet that has intelligent life or just life in general, maybe that's their main question too. Maybe all of their main question is who's God and if is he real, right? So you go out searching And maybe each planet has a different version of what God is. I'm pretty sure other planets don't call God God, right? They probably have a name for the all-knowing, the all-powerful, the chosen one, whatever they want to. You know what I mean? Some planets
Yeah.
may call it something different, but the breakaway civilization to me, I think that'd be less jarring than aliens.
Yeah, I think so because it's like okay, they came from here, but then they went away to advance their own civilization and then came back. Is that basically what you're
It's
saying?
kind of like so basically the breakaway civilization would be the people who escaped a cataclysm, they escaped the world-ending event with.
So it'd be like the concept of the Mayans and stuff. Like there's a lot of people that say the Mayans flew away or something,
I've
and
heard of that before. Yeah.
so
It
maybe
could be
something like
they
that.
went and hid in the ocean or another planet, came back, and they weren't expecting. I don't know. It's just one of those theories that that would bring a lot of shock too, because it's like, wait, you guys have been living amongst us this whole time and had all this crazy technology. You just couldn't outright show a caveman what a UFO is. So you have to slowly integrate us and slowly and piece by piece. You give us this, you give us this, and then it just you know
Here's a crazy concept, kind of left field, but if you were to like switch the order that you showed things to the cavemen,
uh huh.
like show them TikTok. That's the first thing you show them.
They can't. Yeah. Oh, not fire. We're showing them different fire, bro. They're like just looking at it like, what is that? You guys don't think this is funny, dude?
It's just Addison Ray.
It's like Adam 22 and like they're just like, what is happening right now, dog? That's actually funny as fuck. You got to troll too. Like that, the fact that the alien
I
subject
feel
doesn't
like
have
they
to be
have.
serious.
I feel like they have to have,
There
Like
has to be troll aliens.
who else taught us to be funny?
Yeah, dude. Like you don't think they're
I bet
playing
they
jokes?
influence like Adam Sandler, bro. I feel like they've reached out to Adam Sandler.
And just said, hey, I got a joke you can use, bud.
They know all the jokes. So they've been to every planet and they know every single joke ever. So they're going to be
They're the
hilarious.
king of trolling, dude. Well, think about it. The biggest troll for me, if me and you were aliens, right, Sam, and I mean you said, hey, let's go take our ship out. Let's just go fly to a random planet and just mess around for a little bit, right? Let's get that steam out, Sam. Let's get the steam, right? Then we go, we fly. And what if me and you're like, hey, we should land here and become their gods, bro? And then come back hundreds of years later and see how they do. Right? I mean, you don't think anything of it. We land, we make some jokes, we come back, and when we come back, they're like starting wars and killing each other over our name.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude, like one of us is hella mad, like, wait, this is wrong. The other
Oh,
one's
that
like,
would
hey,
be.
dude, you see that, dude?
I think I would be the instigator. It'd be like, that's kind of crazy that they're doing that for us.
And I'm like, dude, that doesn't seem right, dude. Like they're killing people over our name.
It's definitely not right, but it's kind of funny.
They're like building walls to keep other people from their planet out, like America wants to, and dude, I'd be dying of laughter. I'm like, hey, we can't land and tell them the truth, right? Like we can't do that, right? Like our dad finds out that we did that. You guys did what?
You're fucking 10 years old and you come back and you're grounded.
You can't go to Earth no more. We're gonna have to fix this up. The dad's like just hella mad. Dad, dude, it's fine. Just tell them that this is all just one big joke and we don't know. Like we don't. Can you imagine the aliens land? Hey, look. You guys probably are expecting a huge speech. We don't got a speech. We trolled. We trolled the entire time. And there's no such thing as this, and this. Everything you've been taught is a lie. Anyways, bye. I'm like, wait, what? Everything we've been taught is a lie? Yeah, I gotta go. Bye. Gas isn't cheap out here. They use gas? That's hilarious.
Hyperspeed, straight into hyperspeed.
Yeah. Well, yeah, bro. Thanks for joining me in this conversation tonight. I'm very happy that this isn't easy for a lot of people. You took it very well. It's not like it's like scary and sad, but most people are comfortable their first time. You did a very good job talking about this, in my opinion. Very insightful. You said some things tonight that one thing scared me, man. When you started talking about that, bro, I never really kind of like came to that realization before that could be just what's happening. And You know, like this the
And that's one of the reasons it's like I told you that conspiracy theories scare me, and it's not because I think that people are always crazy. It's hard to hear. It's hard to think about this kind of stuff because at the end of the day, like as comfortable as I was talking about it and making jokes about it, it is scary, you know. Like,
yeah, it's a very scary talk. You're 100% right, man. It's not easy to hear. It's
hmm
not. It isn't. Not only is it not easy to talk about, it's just not easy to hear.
I sometimes when I hear it, I just feel like a 10-year-old who just wants to plug my ears and say la la la. No,
Yeah, because like think about the life you lived before this knowledge, like the ignorance is
exactly.
bliss type thing. And some people might disagree with me. I'm cool with that, right? But like the ignorance is bliss subject, or the basically just that in general, right? Like it's kind of true. I remember my life before the UFO topic, the alien topic, conspiracies, doing shrooms, right? Like opening up your third eye type talk. My life before that just seemed A to B. Now there's so much other things that you have to take into consideration. And when you start to think about this stuff on a daily basis, it kind of does wear and tear on your mental health. You kind of have to have a balance in what we're doing here because that's why I never talked about this stuff every week. I would go a month or two straight doing this, and then like my mental health just wasn't good. When
Right.
you're thinking about existential questions 24/7 and the world ending, it's not good. You got to live in the moment, basically.
Exactly. That's always been my thought is like I don't know this information. I'd rather keep it that way because when it happens, even though you told me all this, it's not going to help me deal with it.
Yeah, it's gonna make it worse.
It's going to be like now everything I've thought, worst case scenario keeps popping in your head.
Mm-hmm.
Like as I said, now this information's actually out, but the government tells us we've been hiding it because they've threatened us and this, that, and the third. Good luck.
Basically, it's gonna be good luck.
Yeah.
And
And they're all landing tomorrow. We have to integrate them into our world.
you guys cool with that? But hey, guess what? We get flying cars,
Flying
and
cars in 10 months after manufacturing with Tesla.
we get free Wi-Fi worldwide. Yeah.
Nah, the aliens definitely would like be. Imagine we're gonna get the aliens on the pod though. Like,
I want to be one of the first ones, bro.
yeah,
And I want some lizard people who talk nasty about Earth. Just get on here and start spewing like a stand-up, dude. But yeah, that's episode 139. If you're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, thank you guys for joining me and Sam tonight. You can catch us on TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube. I'm gonna link Sam's YouTube channel below because he does do a lot of stuff on his channel now. Like I told you guys when we first started, go support my guy Sam, bro. He does streams on the fights, the basketball games. He probably has other stuff planned, but you know, you can catch him there.
yeah. I've been doing a lot on my stuff, a lot more than I originally was expecting, and I love doing it. That's the one thing. It's exciting, you know.
You know, you've been having a lot of successful TikToks too, so you guys catch him on there too.
Oh yeah. If you want hot takes, I got you.
Yeah. And until next time, guys, peace.
Doses.